Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with me and Sean, and today we will be reviewing the newest movie in the Rocky franchise, Creed 3, directed by Michael B. Jordan in his directorial debut.
Creed 3, serving as the most recent Creed movie in the series, shows a 3-year retired Adonis Creed who is living his life with his wife, Bianca, and his deaf daughter, Amara. During this period of retirement, Adonis unexpectedly meets with an old friend, Damien. He appears at first to be looking for needed assistance from Adonis to become the top boxer in the world due to Adonis' experience and the time Damien had been unable to box due to a jail sentence that Adonis had run away and got off free from when the two were much younger. As the plot progresses, Damien is shown to be a dirty fighter that doesn't respect the rules of the game, which ends up in a climax when Damien injures world champion Felix Chavez so severely that he is hospitalized. This results in the crowning of Damien as the victor and the new world champion. Damien begins to reject Adonis and lets the fame get to his head, which forces Adonis to train out of retirement and face his former friend in an emotional and anxiety-induced final bout that ultimately results in the epic victory of Adonis and the restoration of Damien and Adonis' respect for one another.
Before watching this film, I decided to watch the first two Creed movies, and I gotta say, when I finished the first two, I was just blown away. I slept on these movies for such an incredibly long time, but I'm happy that I decided to watch them. Going into this movie, the first thing I loved was seeing Creed in his supposed final fight against long-term rival Pretty Ricky Conlan. This fight shows us that it may be time for Creed to retire, as it seems he's much slower than he used to be. However, we see in later rounds of this fight, Adonis still has his killer technique, as we see him spot gaps in Conlan's style, and after taking a few hits from him, he uses this advantage to put him down and win his final fight. The directing in not only this scene but many others made this movie 100 times better. Michael B. Jordan did an absolutely phenomenal job directing his first ever film. He plays off of the already extremely lovable and built up characters we've come to know and love in the previous installments. Also, seeing the more slice of life scenes in these movies get me every time. We all know Adonis is a famous professional boxer, but when we see him spending time with his family, dressing up in a onesie and drinking tea with his daughter, you can't help but love that. Seeing our main characters have a happy life outside of what they do for a living is always something I love about movies, as you just sit there feeling happy watching the main character live his life.
I was so incredibly hyped to see this movie due to having loved the previous Creed movies and seeing how Jonathan Majors was going to be playing a major character in the film, who has been a very talented actor in previous movies such as Devotion and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. After being extremely impressed with his former performances, especially the one that he gave in Devotion, I was ecstatic to see how he would fare in a series of movies that I already really loved. And oh my god, I sincerely believe that Jonathan Majors playing Damien in this movie as the antagonist works so incredibly, not only with being able to make a great addition to the cast, but being able to act in a way that can make the watcher see Damien as both a troubled individual who's just trying to chase his dreams, and as a ruthless antagonist who can strike deep in Adonis because of his undying will to fight and the former deep bond that the two shared together as children. I don't think I can say this enough, but having this good of a villain played by this good of an actor and this good of a franchise is just a recipe for a fantastically pleasing and satisfying movie to watch due to its compelling story that can utilize both physical and emotional conflicts in meaningful ways.
As I previously mentioned, the fight scenes are absolutely phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors both stated that the fight scenes were very anime influenced and that they were specifically a punch mimicked from Dragon Ball Z. There are two punches, however, that I believe came from Dragon Ball: the gut punch Goku used on Frieza, and the punch between Goku and Majin Vegeta during their fight during the Buu Saga. When I saw these two punches, I lost my damn mind. I'm a massive DBZ fan, so seeing how well they were incorporated got me so excited. I also have to mention the camera work in the final fight between Dame and Creed. There's one specific scene that shows the two of them in the ring, with the crowd blackened out. All they can see is each other. We see them throw incredibly powerful combinations at each other, and eventually, Creed gets Dame backed up into a corner, hitting him with a devastating uppercut that sends the camera flying up into the air and falling back behind Dame, showing Creed circling around him. This is the stuff I love about any fight scene in any kind of media. The crazy camera work along with the insane fight choreography is so captivating.
If one thing is clear, it's both Max and I absolutely adored this movie, and there was not much that we could complain about. For this reason, both Max and I have given this movie a 9.5 out of 10, which averages out for the overall score for the film being of course a 95%. Just to reiterate, the acting was extremely well done and brought an already good story to even greater heights, and the fights and the cinematography that came with them was nothing short of incredible and a privilege to watch, which highly influenced our ratings to reflect the very high praise that we believe that it absolutely deserves to be recognized for.
Overall, there just really isn't much to complain about in a movie as good as this one. Therefore, it can be distinguished as not only a movie that deserves high praise, but one that absolutely needs to be viewed by a great number of people due to its quality. If you like any sort of action media, this movie is most definitely for you, and it certainly lives up to the first two.
So with that being said, that has been a review of Creed 3. Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that is said here. Come back soon for more reviews or browse existing ones on the channel.
Make sure to check out our Twitter for sneak peeks and updates on our future projects. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.